For over a decade, America believed in the Browns, a family of faith, love, and loyalty. But in 2025, one daughter shattered that illusion. Aurora Brown didn't just speak out. She uncovered the secret her parents hid from the world. Because sometimes, the next generation isn't born to protect the lie, they're born to end it. Part 1. In 2010, America fell in love with the Browns, a polygamous family, breaking barriers, living with love and faith. At the center of it all was Kody Brown, charming, confident, the man who claimed he could love 4 women equally.
But if you don't, and it's just kind of...
And then came Robyn, the youngest, the newcomer, the emotional heartbeat of the show. She entered as the hopeful 4th wife. The fresh start, Kody said, would complete their family. But what if Robyn wasn't new at all? What if their story began long before the cameras started rolling? Rumors have swirled for years that Kody and Robyn were connected long before TLC ever pressed record. Friends from their church remember whispers, texts, secret visits. Was it love or was it a plan? Behind the scenes, Robyn was already a divorced mother. Kody was a man searching for spiritual renewal. Somewhere between church gatherings and off-camera conversations, something sparked. We always thought it was strange. Robyn didn't just appear out of nowhere, it felt arranged. And the proof? Hidden in plain sight in their own family footage. Body language experts noticed Kody's warmth toward Robyn's children before any formal introduction. Was it fatherly compassion or familiarity? Leaked emails. A private message thread from 2008. Fan investigators believe this is where it all began. A hidden digital trail connecting Robyn and Kody nearly 2 years before filming began. If true, it means the entire Sister Wives origin story was rewritten for TV. TLC built the show around the idea that Robyn was the new love. But what if she was already the real love, the woman Kody had emotionally chosen while still married to Meri, Janelle, and Christine? Emotional infidelity often begins long before physical intimacy. If Kody formed a deep connection with Robyn beforehand, it could explain the fractures that later tore the family apart. And that fracture would become visible one wife at a time. By season 10, the cracks were impossible to hide. Christine walked away first, saying she felt unloved and unseen. Then Janelle followed, admitting Kody's heart was no longer in the family, it was somewhere else. But Robyn insisted. She never came between anyone. She said she was the peacemaker, the glue. Yet behind closed doors, Robyn's house became the fortress, and Kody rarely left. Fans called it the Robyn Palace era, when every other wife was isolated, while Kody and Robyn lived as a monogamous couple under the banner of polygamy. It's not Sister Wives anymore, it's Robyn's marriage show. The alleged secret? Not just emotional infidelity, not just favoritism, but a private spiritual union between Kody and Robyn months before they ever announced her courtship. In other words, the timeline fans saw was fake. According to insiders, Kody and Robyn held a private covenant ceremony witnessed by a handful of church members. They called it a spiritual commitment, but to others, it looked like marriage. It was supposed to be secret. They didn't want Meri to find out, but word spread fast, and that's when everything changed. When TLC arrived months later, Producers were reportedly told to restage the meeting to make it look spontaneous, meaning the entire beginning of Sister Wives might have been staged for the cameras. When fans finally connected the dots, the backlash was brutal. Reddit threads exploded. TikTok theories went viral. The trust that held Sister Wives together, both on screen and off, was shattered. They lied to us from the start. It wasn't a love story, it was a script. Today, Robyn and Kody live in near isolation, the last two standing in a broken empire. Their dream of plural love now looks like a two-person kingdom, built on secrets. And yet, some fans wonder, was it worth it? Did they choose love or control? Robyn says she prays every day for peace. Kody says he's misunderstood. But the truth, as always, is hidden behind the lens of reality TV. Because in the end, every secret has a cost. And for the Browns, that cost was their family. The Sister Wives saga isn't just about love. It's about belief, betrayal, and the human desire to be chosen. Robyn and Kody's secret may have rewritten their story, but it also rewrote ours, the viewers who believed in their love. Comment below with your thoughts. Do you think the Browns were honest, or was it all a setup? Part 2. Aurora was just a teenager when America met her, the bright, gentle daughter from Robyn's side of the family. Fans remember her as polite, emotional, always there for her siblings. But behind the kindness was a quiet pressure. Growing up as the daughter of Kody and Robyn Brown meant every move, every emotion, every tear was public. And as her parents' marriage crumbled around them, Aurora had to decide, would she follow the same path or break free? By 2025, Aurora was 21, a college student, independent, but still the girl fans thought would never rebel. Until this happened. On Sister Wives Season 20, Episode 3, fans witnessed history. During what seemed like an ordinary family dinner, Aurora introduced a special guest, her boyfriend, Eli. It was the first time in Sister Wives history that one of Robyn's children publicly introduced a romantic partner. The cameras captured every glance, every nervous smile. But it wasn't just a sweet moment. It was a storm brewing under Kody's roof. Robyn. She's growing up so fast, and I'm not sure Kody's ready. And she was right, because what happened after that episode aired shocked everyone. According to insiders close to the family, Kody wasn't thrilled. In fact, he was furious that Aurora's relationship was shown without his approval. He reportedly questioned the producers, claiming they had crossed a boundary and that Aurora was being used for ratings. But fans saw something different, a father losing control of the only part of his family still standing. Kody can't handle his daughters growing up. He wants control, not connection. Meanwhile, Aurora stayed silent. No interviews, no statements. Just a smile and a message that said more than words ever could. Within hours of airing, Aurora's reveal became the moment of Season 20. Fans flooded Reddit and TikTok with comments, some celebrating her independence, others criticizing her timing. I love seeing her happy. She deserves to live her life without the shadow of Kody's rules. But is it right to bring a boyfriend into a show built on polygamy and religious modesty? Feels wrong. And then came the twist. Aurora's boyfriend wasn't just anyone. Fans began to dig. And within days, internet sleuths discovered something unexpected. Eli Aurora's boyfriend is the son of a family once close to the Browns, before a dramatic fallout years ago. The connection went deep: church ties, past gatherings, even an alleged disagreement between Kody and Eli's father over religious beliefs. Meaning Aurora's romance may have reopened one of the family's oldest wounds. As the internet pieced the story together, some accused the Browns of using Aurora's relationship as a storyline fix, a distraction from falling ratings. Others said it was simply love finding its way, despite decades of control. For children raised in restrictive environments, a first relationship isn't just emotional, it's revolutionary. It's an act of identity. As the season progressed, fans saw a new Aurora, confident, free, happy. She talked about music, independence, and boundaries, words her parents rarely used on the show. But the biggest shock came during the finale confessionals. Aurora: "For the first time, I feel like I'm allowed to make my own choices, and that's all I ever wanted." A single sentence, but one that hit millions of women across America. It wasn't just about a boyfriend. It was about a daughter stepping out of her parents' shadow. Proud of her, she broke the cycle. Aurora just became the new face of Sister Wives. Robyn called it a bittersweet moment. Kody called it bitterness disguised as freedom. But to fans, it was hope. Aurora Brown's first love story reminded the world that growing up, especially under fame and faith, isn't about rebellion, it's about courage. So what do you think? Did Aurora finally break free from her family's legacy, or did she step into a new one? Comment your thoughts below. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. It began in 2010. TLC introduced America to the Browns' Kody, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and the newest wife, Robyn. They promised transparency. But what if transparency was the first illusion? We wanted to show the beauty of plural marriage and faith. TLC executive producer. Yet behind those words was a timeline that never fit. Emails from 2008 hinted at a relationship long before the cameras rolled. Church records show Robyn was already separated, and Kody was already visiting. Was it destiny or deception disguised as devotion? Multiple former church members now claim that Kody and Robyn held a private spiritual union months before her official courtship began. Not filmed, not recorded, just whispered. They called it a covenant of the heart. Everyone knew Meri would be hurt. Anonymous source, Lehigh Community of Faith. When TLC finally arrived, the story was edited into something palatable, a fairy tale for television. But you can't hide truth forever. And that truth would resurface in the most unexpected way through their own daughter. Aurora Brown grew up in the middle of America's most famous plural family. She was the child who smiled through chaos, the peacemaker, the dreamer. Aurora has the sweetest heart of all my kids. But by 2025, as her parents' empire crumbled, Aurora was ready to choose a different life. And one quiet dinner would turn into the most talked-about moment of Season 20. Episode 3 of Season 20. Aurora introduces her boyfriend, Eli. A moment of innocence and a spark of revolution. It was the first time a brown child from Robyn's line brought romance on camera. Fans celebrated, but Kody did not. Kody felt betrayed. He believed she was too young to date publicly, especially on TV. But Eli wasn't just a boyfriend. He was a link to the past Kody wanted erased. Online sleuths uncovered Eli's family once belonged to the same religious circle that split from the Browns after Robyn joined. A decade-old feud reborn through their children's love. Sister wives shock. Aurora dating son of former Brown family rival. Reddit threads exploded. Some called it karma. Others called it courage. Facebook groups debated parental control versus female freedom. She's breaking the cycle. Kody can't control everyone forever. And then Robyn spoke the one time she broke her silence. In a confessional interview, Robyn admitted, "I've been holding on to fear for years. Maybe it's time my kids live freer than I ever did." For fans, that line felt like confession and absolution all at once. Aurora's decision was more than personal. It became a mirror for Robyn, the woman who once hid a secret love story, now watching her daughter live hers in the open. And Kody? He called it a loss of spiritual structure. Fans called it karma. In the final episode, Aurora said something simple yet definitive. "Mama and Dad taught me to believe in truth. Now I just want to live mine." In that moment, the Brown legacy shifted forever, from secrecy to honesty, from fear to freedom. Robyn and Kody's secret once defined their story, but it was Aurora's truth that rewrote it. Because when love is hidden, it breeds shame, but when it's shared, it sets you free. To understand Robyn and Kody's 2025 revelation, we have to go back, 15 years back. In 2010, their world looked perfect. 4 wives, 1 dream, endless faith. But over time, every season carried a secret crack. By season 6, Meri's emotional distance grew. By season 10, Christine's laughter turned into silence. And behind every family meeting, there was always one question the cameras never asked. Who was Kody really choosing? Then came the move to Flagstaff, the land they believed would unite them. Instead, it divided them further. Legal records show Kody's financial restructuring in 2019 placed almost every property under Robyn's trust, signaling not just love, but control. Every decision pointed to one outcome. The family was shrinking long before it broke. Away from the cameras, Aurora was quietly battling something deeper. Panic attacks, fear of confrontation, and the constant pressure to smile for millions. In 2021, she spoke briefly about her anxiety. Fans dismissed it as teenage nerves, but insiders say it was the first sign of emotional fatigue. Growing up as the good daughter in America's most controversial family. So when she introduced her first boyfriend, it wasn't just love, it was liberation. Psychologists who study reality TV families say Aurora's moment represents something rare, a generational correction. Where her parents hid love in secrecy, she chose to live it out loud. Children raised in rigid public households often redefine their identity through first love. It's how they claim authorship of their own story. After the finale aired, the internet erupted. Reddit threads hit 500,000 views overnight. TikTok edits framed Aurora as the cycle breaker, while Facebook moms called her the mirror Robyn never had. But the biggest theory? that TLC is quietly setting up a spin-off, Sister Wives: The Next Generation. Insiders hint at renewed contracts for 2026 focusing on the Brown children's adult lives. Fans speculate that Aurora's love story was the soft launch of that new era. If true, the Brown legacy is evolving, from secrecy and patriarchy to authenticity and independence. For longtime viewers, it feels like a full-circle moment. Perhaps the greatest twist of all is this: the truth Robyn once feared would destroy her family, maybe the very thing her daughter uses to rebuild it. What do you think, Sister Wives fans? Did Aurora's courage redeem her family's legacy, or did it expose it for good? Tell us below. Hit like if you believe in truth over tradition, and subscribe for next week's deep dive. Christine Brown's new life and why Kody can't let go.